Good morning and welcome to our Sunday Live Dharma. My name is Won Chon, or just Lars, and let's start our practice this morning with some reading on page 12, The Truth of Il Won Sang. The truth of Il Won Sang. Il Won, one circle, is the original source of all things in the universe, the mind seal of all the Buddhas and sages, and the original nature of all sentient beings. The realm where there is no discrimination regarding great and small, being and non-being. The realm where there is no change amid arising and ceasing, coming and going. The realm where wholesome and unwholesome karmic consequences have ceased. The realm where language, names, and signs are utterly void. Through the light of the void and calm, numinous awareness, the discrimination regarding great and small, being and non-being appears, whereupon the distinction between wholesome and unwholesome karmic consequences comes into being. Language, names, and signs also become obvious, so that the triple worlds in the 10 directions appear like a jewel in hand. Thus, the creative transformations of true voidness in marvelous existence freely conceal and reveal themselves through all the things in the universe throughout vast eons without beginning. This is the truth of Il Won Sang. And now, before we get deeper into our service, let's stand up please behind our mats and we do some Qi Gong. We're going to do a quick stretching warm-up from the bottom to the top up. So let's do with our ankles, just twist and turn your ankles on the spot in one direction. And we switch directions, same ankle. Switch sides. And reverse. Okay, feet together. Bend your knees, put your hands on your knees. Slowly rotate them to one direction. Let's do maybe like 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And reverse. 1, 2. Okay. Stand a little bit apart. Still bending our knees. Still doing our knees. Circles inside or outside, depending on how you start it. And reverse. Beautiful. Now stand up, put your hands on your hips. Let's do tiny hip movements. Like my spine used to crack in one direction. That's a good sign, I think. And let's reverse. And now we're making the circles a bit bigger. And reverse. Now let's sit up straight, pull our hands up, close your finger or make your fingers into a fist. Just open up one at a time, closing one at a time. Start with your pinkies. And 1, 2, 3. All right. Now let's move our lower arms. And reverse. Let's hang our arms. Let's go to your shoulders. Start either way backwards or forward, whichever way you want to do first. And really move them up, articulate them up, back, put your shoulder blades together, down, open your shoulder blades. And reverse. Okay, let's drop our chin to our chest and look straight up and back down and up, stretching our spine and back down. Up and down. Next, let's bring our ears to our shoulders. Stretch from side to side. And let's look over your shoulder, one side to the other. All right, let's shake out. Don't jump, but bring your heels up a little bit and rigorously shake out anything we have still stuck in our body. Okay. Now let's pull our palms on our lower abdomen. We're breathing in, we're expanding our belly. And we're breathing out, contracting. Now pay attention to your structure. Our feet are about hip width apart. Toes pointing straight forward. Keep on breathing. Our knees are slightly bent, not locked. Tailbone is tucked in. Shoulders are relaxed and dropped. Spine is upright. And really imagine when we're breathing in and inflating our belly, the energy comes through the ground, through our feet and legs, into our lower abdomen. And when we're pushing and breathing out, we're reversing that energy flow, pushing straight back down into the ground, rooting our feet. And drop your hands. Still breathing in. Let's bring our palms up, about chest height. Fold over and breathe out. And in. And out. Breathe in through your nose, tongue on the roof of your mouth, and breathe out through the mouth. And in. And out. Breathe in. Let's drop our elbows to our side and we push straight forward, breathing out. And then bring the energy back towards our chest. Drop your elbows and push. And in. And out. And in. And we drop the energy back down to the ground. And we're breathing in. This time we push to the side, breathe out. Imagine pushing heavy walls and breathing in. And breathe out. And in. And out. And in. And drop back to the ground. And this time we're breathing in. Drop in one hand, pushing up the other one. Push heaven, push earth. And breathe in. Our palms join, chest height. And on the way out, up, breathe out, stretch. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And drop your palms back to the ground. Now let's string them all together, right? Bring them in. Fold them over and out. And in. And out. And in. Push to the front, out. And in. Out. In. And to the side. In. And to the side. In. And push heaven, push earth. One more round, breathing in. And out. In. And one more time, push heaven, push earth. And breathe in. And drop. Now we're breathing in. Palms come straight up. Push them to the right. Step out. We push forward. And we're coming back, gather, breathing in, gather the energy, and push forward slowly. And again, coming back, lift your toe, put your toe back down, push. One more time, breathing in, and push. And breathing in, switch to the other side, and push. And breathe out. And push. Step behind yourself. Turn the big wheel of Dharma and squat. And breathing in and down. And one more time, and down. And relax. Breathing in, slow down our breathing even more. Breathing in, and out. And breathing in, join our palms above our head. Breathe out slowly. Bring our palms to our chest, rest, breathe in, and breathe out. Bring our palms to our side. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now please join us in offering 4 bows to the Dharmakaya Buddha Fourfold Grace, either way in standing or in full posture.
With gratitude, I bow to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the marvelous gift of nature and the universe. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of parents, ancestors, and everyone who has given me life and nurtured me. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of fellow beings, recognizing the truth of interconnectedness. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of laws, which guides us to live in harmony and create mutual well-being.
The method of sitting meditation. Meditation is simple. Anyone can practice it. Please take the time to find your most comfortable position on the floor or in a chair. Gently rock back and forth and side to side until your body feels centered, grounded, and really comfortable. Scan your entire body to see if there is any tension. Let go of tension in your face and head, neck, and shoulders. Breathe out. Let go of any tension in your face and head, neck, and shoulders. Breathe in. Notice any tension. Breathe out. Release. Breathe in. Notice any tension or uneasiness. Breathe out. Release any mental or physical uneasiness. Again, relax your whole body. It is okay to slouch a little bit if that feels more comfortable. However, if your body agrees, gradually, gently try to sit up a bit taller. You may start to feel your lower back growing stronger. You may sense your low back and pelvic floor supporting your meditating body. Also invite your heart and chest to be more open and feel free. Now, open your eyes softly and look straight ahead. Then simply relax your eyelid. Notice your ears aligned with your shoulders and gently tuck your chin in. Notice your chin gently tucked in slightly and feel the happy alignment between your ears and shoulders. Now bring your awareness to your tongue. Place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth. While your tongue is relaxed on your palate, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. That is a delightful sign of a cool energy ascending. You will notice as soon as you are playing with your thoughts, there will be no pure, clear saliva, as the water energy will burn up with the thinking mental activities. Again, breathe in, notice any tension or any mental energy. Breathe out, release. Simple and just simple. Breathe in, notice any thoughts about to enter, about to exit, or any thoughts about to be developed. Simply notice, breathe out, release. If you need one more tip to anchor your energy, feel your lower abdomen, 단전, connecting with the grounding energy of your pelvic floor, and strong and solid low back, connecting with your lower abdomen, 단전, which is located about 2 inches below your navel, the power center of your breathing, the power center. You can return to the power center of your awareness and abiding. When your mind is calm and focused, when your mind is calm and present, you are sharing the energy of samadhi, deep meditation. How grateful we are to sit quietly together, finding the still point within. Here now, right here now, may we deeply aware of our ever calm, ever clear spirit.
Page 4. 영주. 전지연기 아심정 만사여의 아심정
전지여와 동일체 아여 전지 동심정 전지연기야 심정 안사요의 심정 전지여와 동일체 아여 전지 동심정 전지연기야 심정 안사요의 심정 전지여와 동일체 아여 전지 동심정 전지연기야 심정 안사요의 심정 전지여와 동일체 아여 전지 동심정 전지연기야 심정 안사요의 심정 전지여와 동일체 아여 전지 동심정 전지연기야 심정 안사요의 심정 전지여와 동일체 아여 전지 동심정.
Chanting in English. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and Please join your palms together to bless the new month May. May prayer. Dharmakaya Buddha fourfold grace. 법신불 사은이시여. We are grateful to welcome the lovely month of May. As we move from the cool energy of spring into the warmer, robust growing season, may we deepen our spiritual roots. May we enjoy the wonder of vibrant greens and blossoming, blooming flowers. Recalling our recent celebrations of Great Awakening Day, let us remember that awakening is possible at every moment, and our awakening journeys are supported through the threefold practice: cultivating equanimity, deep understanding, and mindful actions. In May, we honor our mothers, the ones who brought us into this world and nurtured us into adulthood. And we honor our spiritual mothers who have nurtured our minds and hearts. We are grateful for the plants in our gardens that are growing to sustain our bodies. We are ever grateful for kind volunteers who tend the temple gardens. We are healed by nature. We honor Mother Earth. Suffering and conflict in the world make our hearts ache. May we come together in prayer and hope, not being deluded by the pull of division and violence. On May 25th, we will come together on Memorial Day for a day-long meditation to expand our hearts and to promote peace. In this month of May, as we encounter all kinds of sensory conditions, may we bless and uplift one another to live with mindfulness, wisdom, and loving care. This we pray. Sutra chanting.
Page 9.
Yuan is the realm of samadhi, beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, and laws, the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people, and sentient beings. Yuan manifests as both permanence and impermanence. Viewed as permanence, Yuan unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is. Viewed as impermanence, Yuan unfolds into infinite worlds through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies. In the four forms of birth, we transform through the 6 rounds of existence, progressing or regressing, with grace arising from harm, or harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Yuan Sangha, Dharma Kaya Buddha, by cultivating our minds and bodies, deeply knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, and using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, and receiving grace until we attain the great empowerment of Il-One and become one with the nature of Il-One.
This morning, our good temple friend, Nate Jackson, Won Jason, will share his Dharma Talk, True Nature, What Has It Done For Me Lately? Let us warmly welcome Nate.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Rebecca introduced me as Nate, and that is true. My Dharma name is Won Jason, which means ship of deliverance. So let's deliver ourselves. These past months, in our Thursday Dharma study, we've been reading the scripture chapter on true nature. This was profound and challenging with many rewarding discussions. Excuse me. In it, Sotasan, the founding master of Won Buddhism, said, if the gateway of a religion does not elucidate the principle of true nature, then that religion is not a consummate way. That is because the principle of true nature becomes the master of all dharmas and the foundation of all principles. Clearly, Soto-san is emphasizing the importance of true nature, a term found throughout the scriptures. It can feel difficult to discuss since true nature is not a thing, thus cannot be described with words. I have often wondered if I know what it means and whether I have experienced it myself. However, during the 13 years I've been practicing here, I have made a lot of progress. If true nature is the foundation of all principles, could this progress have happened without it? Is it possible that I and you are more aware of true nature than we realize? A student asked Master Soto-san, what was the substance before the myriad things in heaven and earth came into being? The Master said, reflect silently on your state of mind before you ask this question. Again, what was the substance before the myriad things in heaven and earth came into being? The Master said, reflect silently on your state of mind before you ask this question. Soto-san was suggesting that the student's empty state of mind prior to a question arising was that very substance before the myriad things in heaven and earth came into being, suggesting that our emptiness of mind is the substance within which the myriad things arise and of which they are made. That is radical. Our emptiness of mind is the substance within which the myriad things arise and of which they are made. Have you considered that when a thought ends, you don't end? Let's take a moment to confirm this. What do I find between two thoughts? Certainly no things, but not nothing either, since my sense of self remains. As we jump from one thought to another, our experience isn't bumpity, bumpity, bumpity. It is smooth. Could it be that this smooth substance, which remains between two thoughts, is true nature? So simple. I'm not saying true nature ceases when a thought begins, but then when we focus solely on the thought itself, we end up overlooking the substance within which the thought is arising and out of which it is made. What can we say about this substance, our essence? Well, in this very moment, in the absence of thought, I am aware. In the absence of thought, there is knowing. I know that I am. I find no object in this knowing substance, this true nature. So true nature has no objective qualities like weight or color. Right now, as I consider this awareness, my awareness, I find no boundaries. My awareness is not bumping into your awareness. It seems spacious. Perhaps the space in this Dharma hall could be a useful metaphor for our awareness. This space feels comfortable. It feels familiar. It feels spacious and contained. It is the space in this room. What would happen to space's understanding of itself if the walls and the roof were suddenly removed? The space would still be familiar, but now infinite. What would happen to my awareness if the walls and roof suddenly disappeared? Wouldn't it still be familiar, my awareness, but now unbounded, infinite? I'd like to share with you 2 episodes where my walls and roof fell away. The first has to do with a persistent physical discomfort, nausea. I don't like it, and when it shows up, I want it to go away. Over a period of years, I began to see an opportunity to stop being against the discomfort and instead to allow it. That made it easier to tolerate. But eventually I realized I was allowing it with an agenda of getting rid of it. So not true acceptance. Then I remembered something can only hurt me if it is at a distance from me. So instead of just tolerating this nausea, I tried moving into it. Once when I was doing that, this question spontaneously arose. What does nausea call itself? I realized, without thinking, that nausea does not give itself a name. I suddenly knew this energy I had been calling nausea did not see itself as wrong or undesirable and did not like being shunned. In that moment, duality dissolved. Up until then, I had always been a me that was separate from and at a distance from this thing called nausea. 2 things, me and nausea, duality. With that remarkable question, what does nausea call itself? The nausea label slid off, and what remained was just intense energy. Without the label nausea, the separation from an apparent me who had been experiencing that nausea also dissolved. At that moment, me and nausea were one. I experienced this intense energy simply as myself, true nature. With no conceptual framework left to contain it, this energy was free. I was free to be myself without opposition. The energy rapidly expanded. It moved and swirled, pleasurable and alive with the knowing of itself. Then it subsided, and I was left in a state of deep peace and awe. I realized what I had been labeling nausea, believing it to be something separate and unwanted, was actually a caring, wise energy giving me the opportunity to awaken to my own true nature. I saw that the label nausea was the first step of resistance to presence, resistance to an energy that was already present. Labeling, the first step away from true nature, my essence, into duality, into a belief in separation, wrongness, and suffering. I'm not suggesting I found a cure for nausea, but this was such a valuable lesson about true nature and how labels and concepts separate me from it, locking me into duality where I find suffering. The second experience of walls and roof falling away involved emotions. A friend had said something judgmental and hurtful to me. I flushed with emotion, anger, shame, and the filament of fear. This happened 10 minutes before I started my drive to the temple for Saturday service. I thought about not coming, but I'm glad I did. I sat in the back of the Dharma hall to allow these intensely uncomfortable emotions their full expression. After 20 minutes, I saw that victim and blaming energy were at work, blaming a someone who had done something to me. Once that was seen, I relaxed, and fixation on victim and blaming faded. With this fresh air, the labels shame, fear, and anger slipped away. Once again, without those conceptual constraints, there was no resistance to this intense energy which rapidly expanded beyond my body. It became a vast, engulfing love. I realized all those afflictive emotions had been love in disguise. By having the courage to give those emotions their full expression without any resistance, I was allowing them to complete their karmic journey. Through me, they returned to their source of peace and love. As that transformation from fear to love was happening, mind was still distantly present, trying to sell its case for a grievance done to me by my friend. Mind said, "This understanding is incredible, but your friend did say something judgmental that needs to be addressed." That was mind's attempt to grab the driver's seat and re-engage me in fear and contraction. But mind had become a mere vapor trail, just wisps being blown away. So instead of my attention turning back to fear, it turned to my friend. And I was filled with compassion for both of us and gratitude for the gift their apparent judging of me had become. I could even see deep purpose shared by the two of us as one consciousness, not in creating conflict, but in creating this sublime lesson. In the scripture chapter on true nature, there is a story that tells of a group of visitors who asked Soda-san where his religion's Buddha was enshrined. Soda-san said it had just gone out, but it would return soon. When some workers returned from the field, he pointed to them and said, "There are our Buddhas." I believe this was his way of telling these visitors to stop thinking of Buddha as an image, as something other than themselves, because we are all Buddhas, right here, right now. What is Buddha? It is true nature, content, fulfilled, complete, unafraid. The thinking mind will object. I can't be Buddha because I'm not feeling content and fulfilled right now, which is true for mind, but not for me, true nature. Nonetheless, with that belief, I can't be Buddha, mind can seduce me into another cycle of searching for true nature, searching for peace and happiness. But where would I look for that which is ever present? How would mind even know if I found it? What would be the signal that that which never left has now returned? A few years ago, I discovered a deeply hidden, shameful belief that I was unlovable. Throughout my life, I had devised myriad ways to sabotage loving relationships. It seemed the world had turned its back on me, but actually, as a hurt child, I had turned my back on the world. As long as that unlivable belief was in place, there was nothing I could do to stop the sabotage. But as that belief has softened and true nature radiates more clearly, my relationships are effortlessly becoming more loving and more enjoyable. Now, when such painful emotions arise, instead of going out into the world, searching for solutions to this pain, like finding someone to love me, I'm learning to be open to these emotions, allowing their living wisdom to guide me inward to true nature, the true source of love. Now I understand, even when my life appeared to be a total mess, everything I could ever want and more was right there with me. I couldn't see it because I had things backwards. I believed I would be happy and safe once I had created the necessary circumstances. The truth is, once I accept who I am, true nature, and that happiness is my nature, then my outer circumstances will come into alignment with that acceptance. If I wait for logically coherent thoughts to prove the presence of this invisible realm, I will wait forever, for lifetimes. All I could ever hope to be and hope to have is right here, right now. I am my heart's desire, just as I am. I bet you are too. According to Elvis, tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait.
Wow. Thank you, Nate, for your powerful and moving and inspiring talk. You said so much, it's hard to take it all in, and yet it's all right there and beautifully said. So, what does true nature mean to you? How does it inform your practice? Why don't we take a few minutes just to contemplate this? Friends at home, you're invited to write your reflections in your journal or post them in the live chat. We always appreciate your sharing. Friends here in the Dharma Hall, you're welcome to pair up in twos or threes and share your thoughts with each other.
Nate told me that he's been working on the topic for 1.5 years and through 3-week-long retreats. But you don't have to contemplate any topic such a long time to share here. This sharing altar is yours. And it doesn't have to be so profound teaching like what Nate presented today. Your spiritual journey, your own personal stories, or your contemplation on a topic or any theme, you are all invited to share. And if you have any tiny bit of interest of sharing, please talk to me, and we're gonna add more firewood and you can be more encouraged. And it's a quite wonderful experience to prepare a little sharing. Wouldn't you agree? It's a powerful experience.
Yes, I agree. I had a lot of help too.
A lot of feedback from temple friends. Yes, wonderful. I like to just remind you that this summer we have our Children's Dharma Camp from June 22nd to 26th, from age 7 to 13. This Children's Dharma Camp has been a very special annual event with the children's lovely, delightful energy, watching them growing from age 4, 5, up to teenagers and college. That's a very special gift and joy for us. Speaking of which, if you are interested in helping us with the Children's Dharma Camp anyway, please talk to us. We would appreciate your energy and presence or any ideas to make this children's camp very meaningful and fun. Let's see, any more announcements?
Why, yes. Thank you for practicing with us this morning. My name is Emily, and I appreciate the chance to hear so many thoughtful reflections from members of our community. Every morning at 6:30 a.m., we invite you to join us here at the Chapel Hill Temple for early morning silent meditation. This is a peaceful way to set the tone for each new day. Also, every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., we gather for community evening meditation, and this is a peaceful way to end the day.
And this Thursday, our Dharma study groups continue their exploration of our new book, Many Voices, Many Insights, American Perspectives on Won Buddhism. More books have just arrived and are available in the temple gift shop. If you live far away and would like us to mail you a copy, please contact Reverend Won Gong or Reverend Sean.
Mark your calendars. This month brings wonderful opportunities for practice and learning. A Qi Gong workshop, a Thai massage workshop, and our meditation introduction class. Additionally, as Reverend Won Gong mentioned, this summer we have the Children's Meditation Camp and the Teen Retreat in early August. You can find all the upcoming special programs on the little sheet in the foyer or sign up on our website.
And lastly, for a little more peace today, all are welcome to our Sunday afternoon meditation at the North Raleigh Temple at 4 p.m. Today's session features Tai Chi 10 form, chanting, and sunbathing meditation.
That sounds great. We're going to spread the tarp on the grass and everybody lay down for sunbathing. Page 13, let us bless one another with the morning prayer song with the Druze drumming beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dhammakaya Buddha, fourfold grace. I begin a new day in your presence. Today full of health and with peace of mind. May I walk along the path of the Buddha. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace. I begin a new day with your grace. Today gratefully and with gentle words, may I live in harmony with all those I meet. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace. I begin a new day with compassion. Today make the world a more loving place. May I do all that I can for one world. Raise arms, hands up high. And hello, sky. Hello, May. Should I say hello, May? And then turn around over there, our little camera. Happy May. Blessings to our May month. And